I'm so in love with the fashion industry, and because of that love, I feel it's my duty, almost, it's my why on this earth, to make sure that, you know, we are responsible when we're participating in it, essentially. So this is why where a lot of my passion comes from.